The Morning Drive is sponsored by Power Metallic. To find out more about the company, please visit their website at powermetallic.com. Follow the Money Investor Group is a 100% Indigenous-owned company and certified with the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business.
Steven.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
So you're doing IR, corporate dev?
That's right, for Heliostar.
Heliostar Metals, that's awesome. You look good. I love the suit.
Thanks, appreciate it. Got to look sharp for you.
Absolutely, yeah. And the ladies. I'm making an assumption there, but hey, at the end of the day, you look good. And that is, what is that? The camera can't see that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I grew up just outside Toronto, a suburb outside Toronto, but come from a mining family. So both my parents were geologists back in the day. My mom still does IR for junior mining.
Okay.
I got sent into the bush when I was 17 years old for the first time to work for a bush camp up in the Yukon.
Okay.
Hooked me, and yeah, been in the industry ever since.
What suburb of Toronto?
Oakville. So I was west end of Toronto. So not many mines around there, but lots of mining money that way.
Yeah, so I'm from the east end of Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's different, you know, the west end, the east end, we usually don't swap.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now, actually. I'm in South Scarborough. So,
are you really?
Yeah, moved to the other
beaches?
end of the city. Just east of the beaches, so I'm in
Bluffs.
Guildwood, yeah.
Oh, the Guildwood.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's been good. We've been there for 2 years and really like it.
Yeah, wow. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Okay, are you a family man?
Yeah, so, well, wife and daughter. Daughter's just coming up on 2 years old, I guess, now. Time flies, so she's been a lot of fun. Little chaos machine as a toddler, as they all are, but yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, well, you know what, the next couple of years are going to be really fun for you. I have a daughter who's about to be 5 in a week.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a fun age.
Yeah, it is. They're super fun. Okay, so yeah, so I was born and raised in Scarborough, man.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty cool. Okay, so how did you, where did your professional career start when it came to capital markets?
Sure. So I guess, to continue the story there, got hooked in the Yukon in the mining industry. Went to Queen's University to be a mining engineer, so graduated in 2012. Then worked 5 years, kind of bounced around Canada at various hard rock underground mines, got my boots dirty, learned the industry a little bit.
Yeah.
Then moved into capital markets about almost 10 years ago. So I was a sell-side research analyst for Stifel out of Toronto, covering the junior precious metal space. So junior producers, developers, and explorcos. Loved that job. It was a great seat to get a cross-section of the industry. But after 8 years, was looking for a change. Heliostar CEO Charles Funk approached me, said, hey, we're expanding rapidly and looking for kind of some more bandwidth on the capital market side. Him and I have hit it off for years since he was VPX of Vizsla, and said, love it to be you. If it's not you, we got to hire somebody. I said, yep, perfect, good timing, and signed on the dotted line earlier this year. Joined in April, and it's been a ride ever since.
No doubt. It's interesting that you brought up Vizsla Silver, because they had, was it Vizsla Silver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've had a big success over there.
Oh, yeah.
And, the easiest way to move money around is to make people money.
That's just it.
So my assumption would be that some of those shareholders that made a bunch of money came over here.
Yeah, definitely. So Charles, founded the company on an asset called Unga. It's a great asset in Alaska, but it's kind of remote. It's difficult to get to. It's become non-core. Market wasn't there for it in 21 to raise the money, so we decided you got to do something else. Took a big swing to raise more than our market cap at the time to get the $10 million to buy Anapala. And that's where that history of making people money really worked to our advantage. He had a really good following from making a lot of people a lot of money on Vizsla.
Yeah.
Built up that confidence in his ability to find good deals and execute on them. And rang around at that time and managed to find the money in a very difficult market on that basis of reputation, right? And a bit of a trust us story at that point, but we think we've done a good job with it since then, and kind of borne out the strength of our convictions that good projects, if you see the value in them, you can make a lot of people a lot of money.
You know what? I want to give a shout out to Jamie Keachin's platform. I'm going to attach it to this video. If you want to get to know the CEO, I could get him in the morning drive. That's great. But they did a really, really nice piece of content with Jamie Keach's platform. Do you know the name of it?
Yeah, Resource Insider. Yeah.
Resource Insider. Great name. You're going to get to know the CEO way better than a morning drive, honestly. So check that out. That'll be in the description of this video. Just a side note. Okay, so you come on with this company.
Yeah.
Right? What was the market cap at that point?
So I guess we were about a 250 million market cap when I joined. I joined in April this year. So the company had started to get some success already recognized for the portfolio we've been able to build and our pipeline that we're executing on. But I think we were still a bit of a trust us story at that time. It was early days. We bought 2 producing mines. The first full quarter results hadn't come out yet. So, we're still asking the market to trust us on what these opportunities were that we saw, but hadn't fully been able to lay out in kind of bold black ink. So, now we ticked over a 500 million market cap in the last week or two here. So, being able to show, okay, here are our solid plans going forward. Here's how we're going to be able to use the cash flow, and here's where the cash flow is going to come from those 2 producing assets, leverage it into the build of Anapala, and continue to grow this company into a solid mid-tier producer.
And the confidence is there from people to buy into that. So that's great. Plus you're leveraging the momentum in the market right now.
Yeah, that you can't discount how big a tailwind a $4,000 gold price is. It's afforded us lots of opportunities that, in terms of not having to sequence things, in terms of limiting our capital spend, we've been able to kind of do it all at once right now because the margin environment we're in is incredible. Our Q2 AISC was just shy of $1,600 an ounce. So, if you slap $3,500 gold on that or whatever the average was, it's some pretty incredible margin that we're making right now, and using that to reinvest in the company to be able to execute on our longer term growth platform.
I'm assuming you got options.
I've got some options. Yep.
And the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think the market cap, if I remember correctly, is around 500 million, somewhere around
That's
there.
right. Yeah.
And you're in at 250 or somewhere around there. So good job.
Nice.
Good
yeah,
job,
it's
buddy.
nice to, it's a good reason to get up in the morning and continue to tell the story.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a nice view of Lake Ontario, and that's great. Okay, so moving forward now, we're in New Orleans. Is it the same value proposition? Like what, it's basically like, hey, we're gonna be cash flow positive, and we're gonna reinvest the money. Where are you gonna reinvest the money?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think if anything, we've executed on our risk profile. We're no longer a trust us story. We can see and show you exactly where that cash is coming from. And now we're reinvesting it into the growth, primarily at Anapala. Anapala is really a special asset, bulk tonnage, high grade underground. It's rare you get to say that combination of words for a deposit anywhere in the world, and we've got one of them. So we will have a PEA out for the Anapala project for the first time ever. It'll really underline the economics there. Bring that on in 2028 to add 100,000 ounces a year, get us corporately to about 150 to 200,000 ounces. If we're able to do that, there's not a company out there doing that in any sort of reasonable all-in sustaining cost at less than $2 billion. So, you can do that. That's 4x on our market cap minimum. Now, what really makes us special is we can fund the equity portion of that growth out of our operating cash flow. So you should be able to see that market cap appreciation directly translating into a higher share price.
That's a lot of leverage.
That's the idea. We want to keep that share count tight. We want to be able to make people money and make ounces on a per share basis. And we think we've got a really good setup and a really good cash flowing base to be able to do that. And that's really, I think, what makes Heliostar special.
Probably a good time in the interview to just remind everyone that we'll be doing an X Space with Heliostar, and that's where they're going to get a little bit more of a deep dive of the value proposition and their projects, and how they're going to turn things over. But you're doing a pretty good job selling me right now. Let's talk about the team.
Sure.
Right? I mean, the CEO's Vizsla Silver, we kind of did already, but if you want to take us down more of the staff and people that are going to execute on this plan.
Yeah, so really I see us as a really technically driven team. We've got a lot of big company experience right across. Charles comes from a background with Newcrest Exploration Business Development, that major producer that was taken out by Newmont a few years ago.
Yeah.
Myself, like I said, I worked in industry, came out of the brokerage world. Sam Anderson, our VP Projects, has spent more than 8 years at Newmont. He really brings that high level of project execution quality to the company. Is make sure what we put out the door, we're happy to have as a document to execute on. It's not, what we're making are not promotional studies. We're going to live and breathe and die by the numbers that we put out and are being held accountable for. So it kind of changes your mindset in terms of what you want to put out there. Vitalina Lysoon, our CFO, formerly with Gatos Silver, and really importantly, Greg Bush, our COO. So he spent the last 9 years as COO of Capstone Mining, that copper producer in Mexico. Prior to that, he was SVP Technical Services for Equinox, so knows Mexico inside and out, and he's really the expertise that came on board that gave us the confidence to buy producing assets and be able to optimize them. He's the guy you want building and operating mines, with the rest of the team really supporting the activities to allow him to execute the growth when it comes to putting shovels in the ground and drills drilling.
Yeah. Have there been any setbacks in the last year since you've been there? Because I know, like, if you go back, there was setbacks. I've seen that story.
Sure.
But what about in the last year?
Yeah, in the last year, I'd say it's gone fairly smoothly. Just like anything, timing slips a little bit.
Sure.
We move things forward quickly, but when you're in the hands of government permitting processes, it always takes a little bit longer. But we've had good results. We got the first new open pit mine expansion permit in Mexico under the new administration down there. Something we're very proud of.
Yeah.
Took us an extra 6 weeks, so a few things slipped a little bit. But overall, things have gone quite well.
6 weeks isn't really that big of a deal.
That's right.
Overall in mining.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, if you're worried about a 6-week delay, you're a little too close to the wire. And
yeah.
But overall, yeah, I wouldn't say there's been any major setbacks. We've managed to get the mines that we bought up and ticking. The only other thing that I'd say would be delayed would be the feasibility study for Anapala. We've pushed that back about 6 to 8 months from our original timing. And that's just because when we bought all these assets, we had to take time to bed down production, find the opportunities there, do the studies and update them. So it meant that the timeline for Anapala slipped. But in saying that, it slipped for a good reason. Now we've got Anapala supported by our two gold producing assets.
Capital structure wise, if we're looking at a pie chart, if you don't know the answer to this, that's fine.
Okay.
But where are the shares distribution? Where you got institutional people, retail, strategics? What are we looking at?
Yeah, well, this is a pop quiz I will know the answer to, actually. So about 50% institutional, just over 50% institutional ownership, which is great. And we've had a lot of long-term, very supportive shareholders, some of which came in much earlier than they had any right to, again, on the strength of our technical convictions and Charles's reputation. So our biggest shareholder is Eric Sprott, personally. He owns about 15% of the company, followed by Franklin Templeton, Steve Land's fund there, and then Adrian Day's Europac fund. So I don't know if you caught Adrian's talk today, but he's still very bullish on new gold investors coming into the space. Beyond that, we've got a long list of high quality, kind of long only institutional funds, as well as a good float. We're trading sometimes over a million shares a day in this market, and liquidity is getting better all the time.
That's perfect. Yeah, I didn't catch his speech, but I did do a morning drive with Peter Schiff the other day. We did talk about Adrian. He's been in this industry for a very long time and knows how to pick the winners and stay away from the losers.
That's right. Well, that's what we all want. Perfect. Been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on the morning drive for the first time, and maybe we'll see you guys back in Europe or at Viereck. Do you go to Viereck?
Yeah, I think we'll be at Viereck this year.
Yeah, that's usually on most people's list. Sounds good. All right. Take care, everybody.